Hi, I'm Nico.
And I'm Mauricio, and welcome to Economics News Watch. In today's episode, we'll be covering various economic topics around the world.
Delta Airlines are in the headlines for buying their own oil refinery in Pennsylvania. The airline giant is one of the first to do this, and is doing it in an attempt to cut out the middleman for a product that is vital to their company and will only continue to rise in cost and scarcity. Delta is reportedly doing it also because they do not want to pay more money for jet fuel despite the cost of buying and maintaining a refinery. The oil refinery is estimated to cost about $150 million. However, in the scope of a company like Delta, that really isn't that much, as it's less than they would pay for a new jet. Another big advantage for this purchase for Delta is that they secured a delivery network for jet fuel, which will prove to be very valuable for them in the future. Delta also plans to spend an additional minimum $100 million in upgrades to the facility to create as much jet fuel as possible. In other news, we travel to Spain, where they are currently experiencing their second recession since 2009. At the same time, Spain's economy shrunk in the second quarter. Things aren't going so well for Spain, but they aren't the only ones suffering in Europe. They are just one of at least a dozen European nations who have had their economy shrink in the last quarter. Spain's recession did not come as a surprise, however. It is a culmination of an economy struggling with and also the aftermath of a housing bubble and record high 24.4% unemployment rates. Now back to you, Mauricio.
Thank you, Nick. If you didn't know before, Mitt Romney has created an immense lead and is on track on becoming his party's presidential nominee. However, this victory was not cheap. Romney spent a total of $76.6 million, far more than any other campaign at the end of March. 607 delegates and 4.1 million votes. That means that they spent about $18 per vote and $126,000 per delegate. However, this is just the official campaign spending. When PAC money is factored in, Romney's spending jumps to over $122 million, bringing his cost per vote to under $30, which means that each delegate costs more than $200,000. Now to the manufacturing sector. April, the month of growth. A report showed that the manufacturing sector grew from 53.4 in March to a 54.8 in April. Any reading above 50 shows a growth in the sector. As new orders for goods rose in April, factories ramped up production at a faster pace. This includes hiring many workers. In the first 3 months of the year, manufacturers added 120,000 jobs to the U.S. The manufacturing growth is one of the most reliable resources growth in the U.S. economy since the end of the Great Recession.